Hey everybody, today I want to talk about toxic positivity and mental health. There are tons of memes, WhatsApp messages and Instagram around power of positivity, body positivity, and then there is also a pushback from experts calling this too much of positivity as toxic. This pushback is coming from people who are wondering that who is actually benefiting from this, our mental health or this industry of Instagram influencers, self-help gurus, motivational speakers that is built around power of positivity and of course body positivity. In fact, a recent Washington Post article quotes psychologists calling out this excess of positivity during times of emotional hardships not only unhelpful but downright toxic. This is raising questions. Number 1, what is toxic positivity? Number 2, are we hurting our friends with our toxic positivity? Number 3, are we hurting ourselves and our self-development? And how can we address our negative feelings without falling into the trap of toxic positivity? That's what we are going to discuss here today. If you're new, this is what this channel is all about. How yoga and its methods can benefit our mental health and uplift our emotional state. So, what is this toxic positivity? When we say, but look at the bright side, oh, it could be much worse, it is fine, it will be fine, experts are calling this trend of forced positivity toxic. According to experts, this trend of positive vibes only is not only unhelpful but downright toxic. You know what? It takes courage to be vulnerable in front of a friend, in front of anyone for that matter. It takes courage to share our fears, our failures, and even our shame. And when one of our friends does that, and our only response to that situation is, but look at the bright side, you have so much to be grateful for. Why don't you start a gratitude journal? We are invalidating our friends' feelings. When we say it is fine or it will be fine when it is not fine in that moment, we are forcing our friend to distract from the situation as it is. We are preventing our friend from dwelling on the issue to contemplating on the issue. In fact, we are shutting the possibility of addressing the problem and working on the issue. But why are we doing this? We are not bad people. Then why are we doing this to our friends? Because we are doing this to ourselves also. No, I am not talking about the times when we genuinely feel positive and upbeat, but I'm talking about the times when we force ourselves to feel upbeat and positive when we are naturally not there. I'm talking about the times when there is a situation in front of us, a problem in front of us, which legitimately needs to be addressed. But instead of addressing it, we distract ourselves because we know if we address this situation right now, it will lead to distress. So I'm going to distract myself with Instagram posts, memes and motivational podcasts. Instead of taking an action about my situation, I simply fake an action. And it is not my fault, it is not your fault, it is not our fault that we are doing this, because today there is a group of entrepreneurs who have built this culture around us. It is a culture that makes money out of convincing us to be positive at any cost, because it is our positivity that makes us attractive. Now, who doesn't want to be attractive? Who doesn't want to be accepted by the peers? So what do? We fake positivity just to be accepted. In fact, a psychological research says that people who compulsively deny, minimize, or invalidate their negative feelings end up feeling worse than those who accept their emotional state. So accept your emotional state. This is a more effective way of dealing with a negative situation than faking positivity. As Rumi says, these pains that you feel, they are messages. Listen to them. But what if this listening is too painful? What if this acceptance could be tricky? Because what if we start wallowing in that state and we lapse into self-pity, or it just becomes too unbearable for us to accept our emotional state? Then hello depression, anxiety, OCD and other disorders. What if this pain that we are feeling, just accepting this pain is so painful, it causes so much distress that we just don't want to do it. We want to distract ourselves. How to walk on the path of acceptance when it is such a slippery slope? This becomes a very legit question here, and yoga has the answer. It is just one word: samatvam. Samatvam is a Sanskrit word which means cultivating even-mindedness in such a way that it promotes an inner tranquility. Now imagine you are in a situation that usually triggers negative emotions in you. But instead of faking positivity, you operate from a place where your mind is even. You operate from a place of equanimity. Instead of faking positive, or instead of being distressed by the negativity, you operate from a place that promotes inner tranquility. Yes, as impossible as it sounds, yoga says it is possible, but it needs practice. It needs daily practice, so that in a moment when negative situation arises, in a moment when we need it, we are not searching for it. The tool is right there in our hand. Now the question is, how to keep this tool ready? How to practice samatvam daily? The best way to do this is to daily take out some time to investigate your feelings. Just sit, close your eyes, and do an introspection of your feelings. What are my triggers? What makes me feel positive? What makes me feel negative? And then attempt. I'm saying attempt because it is not going to happen on day one. But we need to keep trying to attempt a state of benevolence, a state of compassion, a state of love for ourselves when we are feeling positive and when we are feeling negative. When we are feeling positive, be compassionate for yourself. When we are feeling not so upbeat, when we are feeling negative, practice to be compassionate for yourself in that moment. And then appreciate yourself for trying to attain a state of even-mindedness. And then end the practice by affirming that it is fine when I'm fine, and it is okay not to be okay. Let's say it together. It is fine when I'm fine, and it is okay not to be okay. And be compassionate towards yourself when you're fine. Be compassionate towards yourself when you're not okay. That's it. That's all we have to do. And there will be no need to fake a toxic positivity. Now stop before you go anywhere. No, I'm not going to start the monologue of like and subscribe, but I want to thank you. I spent so much of heart and love in making these videos that when you watch it till the end, it means a lot to me. And if you like this video, do check out my other videos where I talk about yoga and mental health. Thank you so much.